the thing with vegans I don't understand is mankind has spent hundreds of thousands of years of rising to the top of the food chain. They just want to turn around and go back to eating grass.
Well, then also, superior animals eat other animals. It is a known fact that plant eaters have small brains.
Look at T-Rex compared to one of those platypus.
You mean a T-Rex compared to a Triceratops or a Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus, or the plant eaters?
Look, I don't know all the fancy names. What is that one thing with, it looks kind of like a turtle, but it has that big ball at the end of his tail?
Ankylosaurus.
Yeah, those bastards.
I literally just went to the museums on Sunday for Father's Day. This video is brought to you by... You know what sativa is?
Sativa, what is that?
There's 3 types of weed.
It sounds like a hot chick from a Conan the Barbarian movie.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
After all, you ain't gonna watch this video, but if you do, like, comment, and subscribe.
And if you really like what you see here, support us on Patreon.
What's up?
Tis I, your fearless leader, and remember that British series Misfits?
I know it's what you're talking
Basically heroes, but British.
One of them ended right, from what I understand, right? Didn't Misfits get cut off on a fucking cliffhanger?
Basically, by the time it's season 4, none of the original cast is there. It's all like characters either die off, get written off the show, or so on. But why? Some of the actors ended up getting big. For example, Robert Sheehan, the guy who plays Nathan on the show, that's Klaus from fucking Umbrella Academy. So they wrote him off the show because he went all Hollywood. And then another character, Simon's played by the guy who plays Ramsay Bolton from fucking Game of Thrones. And what's really crazy too is the guy who plays Cassidy and Preacher.
Whenever I was locked up, I wrote a kick-ass fucking season 2 for Heroes. And it was actually staged like Memento.
You mean written backward?
It would be going both ways, right? Until you get to the fucking end of the season where it meets up in the middle. Yeah, I had it completely fucking written out, dude. I can't understand how come trailer trash like me can come up with a fucking kick-ass goddamn fucking story, but people who apparently went to fucking film school, alright, can't fucking...
Because you have life experience, my friend.
It didn't make any sense. They spent all this fucking money to educate them on how to give us the perfect entertainment, but what they were giving us were fucking...
Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Bullshit!
Because they have no life experience.
It's about write what you know, and all they know is basically critical race theory, or...
Diversity and right side of history versus fucking, like, actual facts.
And you know what? I'll say this, because I know earlier I said that reactors are awesome, and they are, and they still are, whatever have you. But, if you notice, every single one of these reactors, there is not one mom and pop reactor among them. Alright? Every single one of them has traveled overseas, they've been to fucking LA, they've been extras in movies, They've got some kind of connection with somebody, right? Like, they know how the fucking system works, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of a soul crusher for anybody like me who wants to fucking come up on fucking YouTube, right? Like,
yeah.
It automatically tells you, if you don't have the fucking money to fund this shit, you're not gonna fucking ever get anywhere.
It's payola.
No offense, alright? I'm just saying, the best fucking YouTubers I ever knew was the fucking comic movie mark. They just had this perfect fucking tone. They could play the numbers and they could still stay down to earth. And it was like the perfect blend. But then they fucking disappeared off the fucking planet. No explanation, no nothing.
Hey, are you okay? You know, are you in rehab? Are you in jail? Did you fucking go on a binge? What have you? The only answer I ever got was,
yeah, things are hard right now. I don't even have a computer anymore.
Oh, it just pisses me off seeing some of these fucking YouTubers out there, like Mr. Beast. I know I shouldn't get mad at his charity work and all that bullshit, but it's not like he's not fucking got an angle on it, right? Like, yeah, he's doing good shit, but it's still dirty.
Well, if you're that good, you always have something to hide. That's Lex Luthor 101.
It's not even that. It's just that people with money make it. People that don't have money fucking don't. Like, that's the same. Like, really, you know, in this day and age.
It's because influencers have no friends.
Not any real ones.
Necro Nikki, though, the porn star, she's like full-time influencer or OnlyFans model, has no friends, and ironically hasn't gotten laid in 3 years. But before we get to anything, now to our new sponsor. 3 types of weed, right?
I only thought there was 2.
Well, there's indica, which is a downer, a body high, which is what almost everybody smokes.
Oh, shit, you're getting, okay, never mind, you're getting technical. Go
ahead. There's sativa, which is an upper weed, and then there's a hybrid, which is a combination of both. No thanks to you. And I'm bad at math and speaking other languages, so, like...
Yeah, I'm more into history. I like to hear about world history.
Well, I like history, too. I'm a big fan of history as well. You know what I mean?
You know, you got the Carthaginians, the First and Second Punic War.
Yeah.
The war over Sicily with Italy.
Were you that kid who always watched A&E when it was still World War II channel?
I masturbated to it.
Oh
yeah, we're talking about the Axis and the Allies.
Yeah. Who was your favorite conqueror? Alexander the Great, Napoleon, Cortez.
You see that new Napoleon movie? Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet. I heard it sucked.
I heard the same fucking thing, bro. It does not suck.
It bombed.
Oh, I heard it sucked because I was going to see it. I was all hyped up about it. And I was going to see it. Somebody told me, dude, don't go see it. There's no battle scenes. It's just him chasing this woman around the whole time. And there's a lot of that, but there's a lot of other shit too, bro. And I was pissed off that I didn't get to see it in the fucking movie theater. Because I listened to somebody else instead of finding out for myself. But it's definitely a fucking great movie, man. You gotta see it.
I mean, I understand they want a larger demographic.
They want to make it more realistic.
I think the best example of like this whole making things realistic when you shouldn't is the movie Troy.
Have you read the Trojan War?
I've seen the movie. I don't think
I read it in 7th grade, and it was the only A I ever got in English.
Oh, wow.
Here's what's fucked up. You know the big part of the Trojan War was the gods. Were the gods in the movie? No. None of them were.
Because they want to make it realistic.
We just talked about them for a little bit and that was it.
There's a reason why the whole thing happened in the first place.
Like basically what happened was the Furies wanted to fuck with the gods, so they left like a letter to the gods.
Who is the most beautiful goddess?
And of course all the goddesses were petty ass bitches. And you know, Zeus couldn't really choose because Zeus has to vote for Hera because it's his wife, but also Aphrodite, that's his side bitch, you know what I mean? And his daughter Athena, you know, so who's he gonna vote for?
Let's get a regular human to judge.
So they get Paris. He chooses Aphrodite, and that causes the Trojan War. Because his prize was Helen. That's a big thing they didn't show in
It's a massive difference.
Yeah, of course, you barely see Ajax as in Cleanser. It's named after that character.
He had the hammer, and what, I forgot who killed him. Not Paris, the older brother.
Hector.
Hector, yeah, he killed him.
Ajax was a major player in the fucking war, too. He's barely in it. I mean, he's played by Tyler Mane.
You know, the original Saber King.
And then...
You know what show was really great in the 80s? Have you ever seen the show Sledgehammer?
No, I never did.
You can watch all of them on YouTube. It's basically a parody of Dirty Harry, but he's a lot crazier. He like talks to his gun, and his catchphrase is
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Danny Elfman does the music.
It's a forgotten gem, but more importantly, how that show got picked up was nuts.
There was a movie called Yellowbeard, which is considered one of the unofficial Monty Python movies because you have 3 members of Monty Python. You have people who've been in Mel Brooks movies, and Cheech and Chong are in this movie. It's a pirate movie that has a lot of rape jokes.
It's probably on one of those other channels like Tubi and Freebie because those are where it's at today.
Yeah, it's on Tubi, Freebie, and it's also a free movie on YouTube.
But what I'm trying to get at is, when that movie was being shot, there was this little fucking teenager kid who just sneaked on set, and Marty Feldman thought this kid was so fucking awesome, he put him under his wing. That kid ended up also like learning under fucking Graham Chapman.
And he was the youngest showrunner. At 19 years old, he did a Sledgehammer.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I know it's who you know, but the guy, he learned from the great.
That's a pretty big lineage.
But he also did other movies too.
Well, I mean, he's pretty left-leaning.
Who cares? Have you ever seen Free Enterprise?
Think Clerks for sci-fi writers.
The main character, played by actually the Sledgehammer show creator.
And it's really funny because he totally acts like Jason Alexander too.
And they even have this Ryan Reynolds looking motherfucker too. And William Shatner's even in it.
It's about these Star Trek nerds who want to make a movie.
The main character's turning 30, and his favorite movie is Logan's Run.
Think R-rated Spaced. Remember that show Spaced?
Spaced is what inspired fucking Shaun of the Dead. It was a show with Simon Pegg about like a comic book store guy who gets kicked out of his apartment, and this one chick who's a struggling writer also has no place to live. So they move into a flat together, but they have to pretend to be a couple. And the show makes a lot of like pop culture references. Like there's this whole scene where Simon Pegg's character at the comic shop.
You weren't there at the beginning. You don't know how good it was, how important. This is it for you. This jumped up firework display of a toy advert. People like you make me sick. What's wrong with you? Now, I don't care if you've saved up all your 50p's, okay? Take your pocket money and get out!
There's another episode where Simon Pegg's character is playing video games on speed.
You want a piece of me? Come get some.
And Edgar Wright directed every episode. This show is what inspired Shaun of the Dead.
Free Enterprise is like that, but R-rated. In 1996, a year before they made the special edition, Lucasfilm decided to do Shadows of the Empire. It was a novel, it was a role-playing book, it was a video game.
I had that game.
Yeah, it was awesome. Right, you were Dash Rendar. The story itself takes place after Empire Strikes Back or before Return of the Jedi. In the movie Free Enterprise, there's a part where they're in the toy store and this kid's all, I like Men in Black. And like these guys are like old school sci-fi nerds and they're just, who the fuck is this Zizor guy?
It was quality science fiction before 1977.
Like what? And then it goes on a tangent about Logan's Run.
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it! My recommendations for you, kid. When I'm done with this bullshit, like, you're not gonna watch this, but if you do like what you see here, comment, like, dislike, share it if you want. I go into more detail, but I'm just trolling you anyway. I mean, after all, you all can suck it. Shout out to my patrons.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the second one's better than the first one by far, but just because they wasted like really good talent. Two of the villains is played by Michael Jai White, you know, the original Spawn, and Ray Park, you know, Darth Maul.
All that shit up there in your memory banks, all this information?
It's on Tubi, bitch.
Where do you store all this information?